All right, so welcome to our Mindset Monday. We do this training every Monday, and super excited you guys are on. It's just a way to get your mind right for the week. It's a way to get your head thinking sensey, fill you with ideas, fill your cup because a lot of you guys are pouring into your teams or customers, and ideas are powerful. So we hope that you take a few tonight. One stat before we have our first speaker share is Orville and Heidi shared, which they told me I could share this. They shared um, last week, I believe, that as a company, 60% of customers order one time and don't order again. And so that to me, that statistic was shocking. And so it makes me want to do a lot better at, taking care of my customers. So I'm hoping tonight this will really give you some ideas and fuel you. But our first speaker that we're going to have on is Donetta Dahlman. She joined September 6th of 2011. She's a director and she sold over 4,000 last month. So she's incredible. That's a lot of sales. So, Donetta, can you unmute and make sure you work, girl?
All right, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Take the floor. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. And I even turned my video on just for you. Okay. Thanks for asking me to speak. Super honored to share. Just real quick, whenever they talked about the statistic about the customers, I can't remember what year it was. I know it was at least probably 5 or 6 years ago. They did a thing at SFR in the expo where they like ran a report and could show you different stuff and like just give you all kinds of information about your business. And I remember that one of the things that they said was something like that, where a large percentage, I think it was even higher than 60% at that time. I think it was higher than that. But they said, this percentage of customers order one time and then never again. And I took that like as a personal challenge. I'm like, challenge accepted. I am going to do everything I can to get all of my customers to order more than once. And so like that's kind of been my little goal ever since then is to try to get somebody or everybody to order more than once. So when I have someone that like ordered one time and then it could be years later they order again, I'm like, yes, I did it. I made them order a second time. So, okay. So the topics, I created my little notes down here so I can try to stay on track. If I talk too long, just tell me to shut up so the next person can go because I could talk all day. So getting new customers, parties. I mean, that's the main way for me that I like getting new customers. That's just a great way to get people introduced to the product, to show them what it's about, to kind of get to know them. Whatever kind of party that you like to do, you can do that. Retaining customers. This is where I feel like I'm pretty good. I have customers that have been with me almost from the very beginning. I mean, I've been a consultant for 13 years, and I have customers who I know have been with me at least 12. Well, maybe even the 13, I don't know, but I seem to retain customers pretty well. So the things that I do are good customer service, trying to take care of people. Always thank people right away for their order. I try to do it within 24 hours. So if it comes in over the weekend, sometimes it's Monday because I try to not work on the weekends since he is my only job. And so I kind of work it like a full-time job Monday through Friday. And so I try to keep weekend for family and for fun and that kind of thing. So it might be Monday before I send something, but I always text and say thank you for your order. I always send a thank you card. All my business is 100% online. And so all of my orders are direct shipped to my customers. I don't put orders together and deliver. So I send a thank you card in the mail to every single customer who orders. And I include a scent circle. And then I'll put something in there. Maybe it depends on the customer and how many times they've ordered from me. If they're brand new and I don't really have a connection with them yet, I have a little card I'll put in there telling them they can join my VIP group. If they've been a customer and they order regularly, I might put in a little flyer that says something about club and how they can get like discounts and perks and that kind of thing. So just like a variety of things, but there's always a thank you card and always a scent circle that I send. Um, I also try to connect them to my newsletter. I do an email newsletter of my own, and I send that out generally weekly, unless there's like a week where really nothing has changed since the week before. I might skip that week. But anytime that we have new specials, I send an email newsletter out to my customers. And I also, like I said, I try to get them into my VIP group, because if I can get them in there, then I'm staying engaged with them daily. I have a way to be in front of them all the time, whether they're engaging with me constantly or not. I'm still in front of them. I'm showing up in their feed. And then I have project broadcast, so I have tags for all of my customers, and I do a Google form that I'll give people the link to and ask them to fill out. It's got a little checklist on it, and it just basically asks them what kinds of things are you interested in hearing about. And, things like flash sales or Lord of the Rings or Disney or, all of the different things that we have available. And that way I know when something new comes out, I know to text those people that I have tagged with that tag and let them know. So flash sales, for example, is one of them I have. And I have a large number of people that are interested in hearing anytime we have a flash sale. So it's really easy for me to just go in and then send a message to all of those people every time a flash sale pops up. And we've had quite a few of those lately. So I've gotten quite a bit of orders and been able to text a lot of people. So I tell people they can sign up for my VIP text service. I also make sure that I also always follow up. I watch I have a spreadsheet and I keep track of like what contact points I've made with my customers, and I follow the tracking information. And after I've seen that their order has been delivered and they've had it for 2 or 3 days, I usually give them several days to give them a chance to open the box and pull the stuff out. I'll text them and make sure, did you get your order? Is everything in it okay? It arrived all right. And so I just make sure everything's working and everything's in good shape. And then after that, I put them in my rotation and I check in with them regularly. Some customers I reach out to monthly. Some of them it's every couple of months. Some of them it's a little further out. It just kind of depends on how often they order, how long it's been since they've ordered, what they want to hear about, things like that. So it can vary from customer to customer. Okay, and then getting customers to order more after the initial first order, I continue checking in with them. Like I just said, I don't ever stop unless they ask me to. And uh, I have several customers who have been on my text list or on my email newsletter for years, like literally years. I had this one guy who I met at an event. It was probably, I think it was in 2016, 2017 was the first time that he purchased from me at this event. And I got to do the event several times. And then it kind of went away. They didn't do it anymore. And so he had not ordered from me in like 6 years. Well, he saw something in my email newsletter because he was still on that. And I would text him ever so often, just say, hey, we have a new catalog, that kind of thing. And he ordered, and he's ordered like 4 times in the last couple of months after going 6 years without ordering. So staying in touch with them unless they tell you to stop is so important, because it might be a while, but they might come back and order later and you might get really good orders from them. So don't ever give up. And then last, ways to spoil your customers. I do a prize pack in my VIP group every month. So in a Facebook group, it will tell you like your top 10 contributors. And so every month at the end of the month, I look at that and I do a post and say, these were the top 10 contributors. And I do a random drawing of one of those people. And then that one person gets a prize pack that I send. And so I send that every month. And I've had people comment, oh, I've won it before. Congratulations, you're lucky. She does great gifts. And it's not even anything super huge, but I put a few little random things in there and some samples and stuff and send that out. And they love getting that. And it just gives them a way to try some more products. So I do that. And then, like I said earlier, I send Happy Mail to every person who orders with the scent circle. And then if I'm able to, I haven't done this every year, but if I'm able to, I like to do like run a report for my top customers of the year, whether it's like the top 3, top 5, top 10, whatever I can do, and like send them a little little goodie bag, little box of goodies at the very end of the year. And I usually will use parties that didn't make a whole party, and I'll keep putting a couple orders on there until it reaches like a party minimum. And then I'll use the rewards for that to send to each person. So as I get those parties available where the host didn't do anything or whatever, then I use those to send gifts. All
I
right.
love it.
Did I do good on time or did I talk too long?
You did amazing. And I love
Okay.
when we met for coffee and breakfast, when you shared with me about how you highlight your most active customers, I'm like, that's brilliant. That is so brilliant
My
because
VIP group was completely transformed when I started doing that. I've been doing it for maybe 3 years. I
uh,
can't remember when I started it, and it completely transformed it. It's a pretty active group now.
yeah, and you incentivize the behavior you want. So
Yes.
so smart, Donetta. You are amazing. Thank you for sharing. You
Thanks.
are awesome. The chat is even saying that's so great. I love it. Okay, so our next speaker, we're going right into it. Is Bree Wallace. Bree is a star director. She joined October 15th, 2017. Um, Catch this. She sold $8,000 last month. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I've ever done that. I think my max was like 6,500 when I did a fund, maybe 7,000 when I did a fundraiser. So incredible. Bree, are you on, girlfriend?
I am. Hi, guys.
Hey, I'm so excited you're on tonight.
So I feel like I do a lot of similar things, and I feel like probably out of all the speakers, you're going to hear us doing a lot of the similar things. So you definitely want to take notes and implement some of those things at the end of this call. So the number one thing I've been doing to get new customers is partying, and I will be the first to admit to you that I hate to do parties. I hate it. I am a full-time teacher and I have two little kids, so my life is kind of crazy. But I'm trying to earn the trip to Greece, and I know I have to meet new customers. And then last week, after hearing what Heidi and Orville said, it has just really implemented like I have to meet new customers. So parties are going to be how you meet new customers the quickest. It's the quickest and easiest way to expand your base. So definitely do the parties if you can do them in person. Last week I did my first in-home party. I have literally been a consultant for 7 years, and I did my first one, and I'm like a super awkward, weird person, and I did it scared, and it was amazing. And the host is over $700 now. So if you can get in people's homes. I did a bingo party and that was really fun. Definitely do that, even if you're scared to do it. Something else that I do sometimes, mostly like when we're in slower months, so like summertime, especially because I have more time in the summer, is I will hand out packets to people I meet. So, like the Walmart pickup person, I usually give them a packet. I will utilize my host rewards to give them a scent circle a lot of times. And it's just like a nice little way to say thank you for helping me. And then, here's obviously like a gift plus like my information. So that's a really great way that to meet people. And you never know if somebody is going to be in need of a consultant. So just kind of sprinkling, that sensey happiness everywhere you go is important. Retaining customers, keeping them in the loop is really important. So I built my business mostly on Facebook. However, I will tell you, tomorrow's election day, and there's a lot of people not going to be on Facebook for a while. So it's super important to have other ways to reach them than just the social media. A few years ago, I started implementing project broadcasts in my business, and that has been a game changer. It does cost. I believe that you can set up like different plans. I think it might be like 3 cents a text message, but it is so important to do. So I send weekly texts to everyone on my text list. What I did when I started it is I just uploaded on Workstation all of my contacts on there. And I sent a message like, hey, this is Bree, the Scentsy lady. I had a picture of me. So, if we met and they know what I look like, this is my text list. If you don't want to receive these messages, just reply back, stop. And of course, like some people did, and that kind of hurt my feelings. But I was like, you know what? Like everyone wants to be communicated with a different way. And I just went with it. And I've been sending these messages for about 2 years now. And I sent one last night, and I was talking about the limited edition warmer. I was talking about the November Whiff Box, the host special, and something else. Oh, the warmer of the month. You guys, I got almost $500 in PRV last night just from sending that message. I had 3 different people buy the limited edition warmer. Then I had someone, because I put on my message like, you don't have to do a party. If you spend $200, you can get this special. So she did that. She spent $200 and then like got all the rewards, and she was super happy. So sending project broadcasts has just completely changed my business, and I cannot encourage you guys to do that enough. Definitely check it out. Also sending weekly emails. I use the workstation email. They actually just gave it a facelift again. It is free to send. It is literally no effort. I can create an email and send it out in 10 minutes to everyone on your list. You really have to check out the emails because, like the last speaker was saying, you have all these contacts in here from years and years. You never know what it's going to be that you send that sparks them to bring them back to Scentsy. So that has been really helpful. The next is spoiling your customers. You have to spoil your customers. You have to. So the number one thing that I would encourage everyone to start tonight is to do a handwritten thank you card. So I just always have this one, and I write on the inside just a handwritten little note. It doesn't have to be very long, but people love that because think about the last time that you've ordered something from somewhere. Did you get a handwritten thank you? No, probably not. So I highly suggest that. Depending on what they spend determines what I send them. So anyone that spends $40 and under, they get a Sun Circle. If they spend more, I send them based on the month. I send them different things. So last month, my like $50 plus people got a pack of dryer discs, the Frosty Air, because these are new. So this is also going to be, introducing them to new products and hopefully get them hooked on it. And then I always like to send them samples. Got to do samples. This is just a little bag, and then I just cut the samples up. And then any flyers, like I have a flyer about the host exclusive bundle this month. And then the rub and sniff stickers are super important and cheap. Sometimes I just saw someone say like, you don't have to break the bank spoiling them. And that is so true. And I always buy these things with my host rewards. Now, when I have an $8,000 month and I had a lot of hostesses, I didn't have a lot of rewards to use on myself. So everything I'm getting is always with rewards that I have for myself. But I ran out this month. So I just included this $5 off coupon that I created with like my face here. And, it just says spend $30 or more and receive $5 off your next order. Message me directly to redeem, and I'll mail that to them. So that is really, I feel like, entices people to come back. However, you don't have to send people things as long as you're being authentic and you're being you and you're being genuine and you're being thankful. People will come back. They love that. Also, being consistent. I feel like when people ask me what's the number one thing you do, I show up for my business every single day. I don't take a day off. And you can have a busy life and still be successful. You just have to be smart about it and schedule things out. So, share about your life, share what you do for a living. If Scentsy isn't your full-time gig, share about your kids. People are attracted to you. I will post a picture of my office looking like a disaster, and that gets more views and likes because people can relate to that. Also, the other thing I want to say is the VIP interaction post. Another director had shared them, and every day there's like a little post, and I post those in my VIP group, and I tell people like, hey, participate in this, and at the end of the month I will draw a winner. They never know what kind of prize I'm going to give them, but that entices people to want to participate and want to keep engaged, and that has been a really big game changer.
Bree, you are fantastic. And you're a school teacher and you have kids. Like, I don't know how you do it, but you are, if you guys are listening tonight and you're like, oh my gosh, I have all these excuses, like think of Bree, like that's pretty darn incredible that you have all that 8,000. How many parties do you think you inputted last month?
This month was my push with parties. I would say I probably had 6 parties, and I usually don't have a lot of parties, so I was really proud
Yeah,
of.
that is how was your first home party amazing? Did you get energized? And there's nothing like a home party about, seeing people get excited about your product.
I was super nervous, so we played bingo and no one talked. It was just me, and I'm like, you guys, like, and I know these people. I mean, a lot of them
Yeah.
aren't. There's, I'm like, you guys got to get a little, energetic. I'm
Yeah.
hoping at the end of the month,
Uh-huh.
granted, I could hopefully use a free venue, but I want to do a customer appreciation bingo where people just come. Amber Turner actually talked about it and gave me the idea, but people just come, and it's mostly just like loving on your customers. But then she said, of course, like people, order things, but I think that would be really fun, and I think help me break out more and be a little bit more outgoing.
That's a great idea. Customer appreciation party. Come and get free gifts. And then yeah, they're going to order. You can give them something small. They're going to want to
Yeah.
order if they see everything.
She said she brings like some of her stuff that she has at her house and, things she wants to move, but also people like take new catalogs and order stuff. So,
That's a great party idea for Thanksgiving for November. I know so there's some Canadians on. You've already had your Thanksgiving, but for the US, I mean, that's a great idea. Thankful for you, customer appreciation party. That's so smart. Bree, the chat is blowing up. You have great ideas. I'm implementing them. You just changed my perspective. Thank you so much. Can you send me after this call sometime the your wax cash and your
yeah,
thank you note that you shared, even if it's just a picture so I can share with the group because your wax cash is really cute. So that way I can
yeah,
share that with them. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sharing tonight.
you're welcome.
All right, our next speaker. And again, like Bree said, there it could be some repetitiveness, but you guys, if you hear it more than once from people who are selling one, two, three, four, five, 8,000, it's probably something you should be doing. So, our next guest is Denise Jardinay. She is one of my favorite people on this planet. She joined
Hmm.
August 6th, 2011. She's a director and she sold over 2,500 last month, which you guys, that's a $750 paycheck in your pocket. Plus, she's got a team. So her paycheck was more than that, but that's incredible. So, Denise, you have the floor. Share with them your
Okay.
ideas.
Okay, I'll go as quickly as I can. I'll try not to repeat anything. When I looked at the
Uh,
questions from
uh,
Jack this morning, I kind of it's kind of interesting. I took it from a different perspective because I just assumed like number one, you're going to do parties. So I looked at it like, well, of course, parties is where you're going to get all your new customers and you're going to take care of people and all that. So I kind of took it a step in a different direction. And my number one way, and this has been since the very beginning that I get new customers is from referrals. Referrals are my key thing. I asked for referrals. Okay, I am very talkative. I like to talk to people. I still deliver orders. I don't have people pick up and all that. And I talk and I always ask for a referral. When I get a no, I say, no problem. Do you know anybody else that might? So I work so actively on referrals and I give prizes, I give gifts for every referral that I get. I'm telling you, that's a game changer. People love it because they're not doing it thinking that you're going to give them something. And so I'll say, would you like this? And just like children, I hate to say this, but they like choices. Would you like to have this, or this? Oh, then they feel very valued. So you have them also like, oh, okay, wow, isn't that nice? She gave me something. I used to use, and I wanted to go look at them. I need to reorder them on Vistaprint, these little card stocks that say, I love referrals. And I had pictures of all new warmers on it, new scents. It says, I love referrals. I give you a prize, you give me a referral. Then on the back of that, I handwrite my note to say, thank you so much for your order, et cetera, and I write on it. So I'm either sending that out to people that have ordered online, or if they have an order or they've been to a party, they get a handwritten note. And my referrals is like a huge place where I get new customers. Um, I also, I'm talking about the product all the time. I'm not going into my mail, my post office story because I tell that too often. But anyway, if you don't know it, text me sometime and I'll tell you my post office theory. But I'm talking about it all the time. I think what Bree just said, you have to embrace this. You really have to embrace it and say it and feel it and use the product and be talking about it all the time, because that's above and beyond your parties. That's how you're going to get new people that are interested in you and what you do and everybody you come in contact with. Everybody you come in contact with all day long is a possible new customer. That's how I look at it. Um, I also use testimonies from other customers. I'll ask them, would you post that on your Facebook site? Will you tell me, take a picture? They take a picture and send it to me. Oh, I love this warmer. It's so beautiful. Great. Will you share that on Facebook? And if I get any orders off of that, I'll give you a treat. Asking them to put it back on them instead of me doing it all. I'm just asking them to do it. I retain customers. Now, oh, Jack, I should have told you I was going to do this, but I did it anyway. I'm an old lady, y'all. I old school here. So I said, okay, I think I know how I retain customers. I think I know I've got customers since the beginning, but I decided to call 2 customers today to ask them. And I told them, I said, I'm going to be doing just a quick little training, and I want to ask you. I picked somebody that had been with me for a long time. Now, most of these people are not family or friends when they started, because when I started, y'all, I knew nothing about Scentsy. I didn't, nothing. So these are not friends. They've become friends, but they're not friends. And I picked somebody new that had just been at my open house a month ago that came as a referral. And so I called and I asked them, and they felt so honored. They were like, oh, thank you for asking me. Like, wow, just like we do when Jacqueline asks us to talk, we feel like, whoa, that's awesome. Thanks for asking. Okay, so this is a few things that they said. These are pretty basic, but it's just interesting. They said, Denise, you're so efficient. You answer me right away. If you don't have the answer, you get the answer. You're so efficient. We get our orders so quickly. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I know this is hard for a lot of people. When I get an order, I get it to them in 24 hours. And like, I'll tell them, I just received your order. You'll have it on your doorstep tomorrow. People love that. They said, you're flexible, you know? Hey, I didn't really love this bar too much. Can we switch it? Of course. I mean, they said, oh, I've had consultants that don't do that. So they said efficient. I make them feel really special. On my VIP page, I shout people out. I make them feel special. And this is really important. I was surprised at this. They said, you're so knowledgeable, which I wouldn't say that I necessarily am. And I'll tell on myself. I got a referral last night, and it was a friend of our pastors at church. And she said, oh, I want that baby smell. I just want everything you have in baby smell. And I said, oh yeah, newborn nursery, no problem. And then I went, do we still have newborn nursery? I mean, not to her, to myself. And I was like, oh, okay, we do. So I wouldn't say to myself that I'm knowledgeable, but obviously I come across that way by the knowledge that I do have. Okay. So, and the new customer said, you just make me feel so comfortable. You just make me feel comfortable. So really interesting enough, y'all, none of that was about the product. Nothing was about that I love the product or this or that. So just think about that for a minute. And you might want to ask a couple of your customers, what is it? Because I probably would have come up with a different list. Repeat orders, I'm using the Connect app. I really like that, and I'm making sure everybody gets in there. When I do vendor events, well, parties, that's easy. They're in there anyway. PSW, they're in there. But when I do open houses or I do the vendor events, I'm making sure that everybody gets in those contacts, so they're coming up for me. And I'm finding a lot of success that those texts go out. I can add a little personal thing in there, and it's keeping me on track. So I really like that. How I spoil customers. I always give free light bulbs. Always, always, always. I get them free. Why wouldn't I give them free? With the holiday season, I would do a lot of offering. Would you like to try an orange light bulb with that instead and give it to them? red and green and blue for the holidays. So I always give free light bulbs. And the last thing is that's not a repeat is I do, and this is funny because Amy and I talked about this last week. I do 3 huge open houses at my house a year, 3 of them. And I just finished one. And that kind of hits everything that I've just talked about. But I do goodie bags for people, and it's not always Scentsy stuff I get on Amazon. I do the gold puffy eye stuff that you put on your eyes. I do eye mask. I do fingernail files. I do lip balm, not from any, just from Amazon, you know. And it's mainly a goodie bag that they take home that's not Scentsy related. And then if they bring somebody to the open house, they get, oh my gosh, they get to pick. And I give them a good price. I said, hey, this table's full. It's scents packs, car bars, twists, travel twists. Pick what you want. And then everybody else sees that and they go, oh, I should have brought a friend. Well, can I refer you a friend? Yes, you can refer me a friend and still get a free price. I mean, I'm flexible. Yeah, I said bring them to the open house. I run my open house for an entire weekend. I feed them. I fix a full meal and I feed everybody. It's a lot of work. I'm not saying it's not, it's a lot of work. I feed them. I have goodie bags. I have all the product. I mean, it's really a lot of work. Then it doesn't stop there. Then I think on this last one, I invited about 125 people and I had about 35 show up. Now that's in and out. It's not all at one time. That's in and out, in and out. It's a lot of work, okay? But it's so worth it. And then I look at my RSVP list, and if somebody said they were coming and they didn't, I messaged them and said, hey, look, my open house is still going on. Don't have the food, but I have everything. And I have people come in and out for the whole week. I just took it down last night and I have them come in and out and buy, and they get the same benefits. They don't have to know. I mean, they don't get the food, but they get everything else. They get the goodie bag, and I just keep it going. And then when's the next one? It's like, when's the next one, Denise? And it is a lot of work. I'm not going to say that it's not, because it is. If I could have somebody cater the food, it would be easy, you know, but doing all the food and everything else. But it makes them feel special and they love it, you know. And so that's kind of my key things. You know, I have a lot of repeat customers. That referrals and repeats are my big deal. So and I loved what Bree said. No, did it Bree or Danette? If they, what did you say? Stay in touch till they tell you to stop. I love that. I love that. And I mean, I do that, but I never really thought about that. And I can honestly say that in my 13 years, I don't know if I've had ever had anybody tell me to stop. I really don't. So if I'm not reaching out, I mean, that's my fault, right? Danette, that was you. Thank you. I love that. I'm gonna put that on plastered up here on my wall.
I love it. Denise, you had so many great ideas. It's so crazy how I had asked my leaders for different people to speak, and you guys are so amazing. And you all have your own little
Yeah.
niche. I feel like so that just shows too that,
Funny.
yeah, it is crazy how I'm so glad that you spoke tonight on referrals, because so many of you guys have, like Jamie Solon's commented, she's, going through chemotherapy for cancer. I contacts now and say, hey, this is my referral program. Let me know if any of your friends. And then if you have a person that says, oh, yeah, I referred you to 3 people. Hey, why don't you just have a shopping link? Send them the
Mhm.
link. So, it's amazing how you can do you have a referral? If someone keeps referring people to you, they probably need to join or host, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Denise, thank you, thank you, thank you. This was so great. I bet you're exhausted after this last week. Yeah. Um,
And sorry,
no, you're
some
good.
of you don't know my journey. Tomorrow is my 1,000 class of Pilates.
What? I love it.
And I'm so excited. Sorry, y'all.
That's
I'm just,
amazing.
some of you that have been on my journey with me, I
Yeah.
am so excited. My name goes on the wall and I'm so
Oh,
excited.
yay. You better post a picture and
I will. I
tag me if you
will.
think about it.
And all those people are new customers, referrals,
Absolutely.
Pilates, and then I'm having a party Friday to celebrate, and we'll turn it into a Scentsy party. So
I love it. I love it, Denise. You're amazing. All right, we've got one more speaker for tonight. Delinda. Let me pull up her little stats. She joined August 31st of 2011. You guys all joined from August through October, which is kind of crazy. From 2010 to 2011 are the 2 months mainly, and then Bree 2017, which is crazy. Anyways, bright shiny object. I get distracted. She's a star director. She sold over 2,000 last month. And Delinda's one of my. She's a powerhouse. Like I can already tell you why she's so good at customer service, because if she does half the things for her customers that she does for her team, I know that you guys are going to enjoy her. So, Delinda, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Skinny Minnie.
Okay. It was 2010. So I've been in a while and I have quite a big customer base. And so, y'all, I went to SFR, and I don't know if any of you on here was at SFR in the same meeting I was. When I couldn't even tell you who it was, but she got up and she said, every month you should have 25% new customers. 25% new customers, and boom, right between the eyes. That was for me, because it was July. We weren't trying to earn grease. I was in the summer. I was just being comfortable. And I have a big customer base. I wasn't, but then she said, if you don't get new customers, your business is not growing. Y'all, I was just comfortable. I was content getting my check that I got every month from Cincy, and my customer base. Hey, we're tight. Some of them have become my best friends. I'm serious. So I thought, well, what in the world can I do to get new people? Because I don't work outside the house anymore. And it's the same that everybody said. You've got to have parties and follow up. If it's online parties, follow up with everybody that they invite to that party. Events. I'm not an event person, but if you do events, have a drawing box. Giving samples out. I do like Jamie. I go to all these doctor's appointments and I take a packet to every nurse's station I go to. Referrals. Denise has talked about referrals, so I won't talk about that. But here's how I got one the other day. How many of you have a team and they term out? And all of a sudden, I see on my Facebook this girl on my team with the dreaded, I don't sell Scentsy anymore. I didn't make my quota, or what, those icky things. And she said that. And I thought, oh my gosh. So then I started reading the comments. Well, who will I get my Scentsy from? And I didn't want to be spammy, but I sent a private message to each one of them and said I was her director. And I am hoping in 3 months that she will come back to our team. But in the meantime, I would be more than happy to take care of you. And so now I have a new customer so I'm going to start reaching out to mine that have termed out, that don't want to do Scentsy anymore, and ask them if they have any customers that they would like for me to take care of while they're gone until they come back, just assuming that they're going to come back. But anyway, so that's how I got one. Now, follow up, Donetta, I'll tell you exactly where we were. It was in New Orleans at a leadership in 2018. They gave us those stats, and it was 75% was whom we never followed up with. And y'all, that was 2018, joined in 2010, never had a follow-up system. I never did. But here's the one, well, I say that, no formal one. What I did was what Jacqueline taught us to do. And that's when I'd go into a restaurant. I didn't have a form to fill out for a drawing, but I'm a big Facebook user, and I would pull out my phone and I'd say, hey, you did such a great job. And I've got some and I'd tell them that I sold Cincy, and I'd give them a little spiel and everything. And I'd say, let's keep in contact. Are you on Facebook? Well, almost 95% are on Facebook, and I become friends with them. Y'all, it's all about relationships. How many times have you heard that? These people become my friends. They see me on Facebook. They see my life. They see me post Cincy. It's out there. So that was my follow-up system. But then Amy came out, and they introduced Amy at this leadership that it was coming soon. Y'all, oh my gosh, ask Patty Wonder. Her and I were the Amy Queens every morning when we were in the bathroom doing our business. We would go boom, 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 and it was done. And we were following up. Now, I did have MailChimp. It's a mail service, and it's free up to 1,000. And yeah, I used it to do mail outs. I never could get the Cincy workstation mails to work at that time. I've heard good things since, but anyway, so then I was so used to my follow-ups with Amy. When it went away, I scurried around and I found Project Broadcast. And I know you've heard about that from both Donetta and Bree. It's expensive, y'all. And if you're on here and you're not in leadership, forget it. Because my business, I do so much on it now. But you've got Cincy Connect. And if you're not using Cincy Connect for free, shame on you. I'm sorry, you have got to follow up with these people. And mine is so automated now. I'll get a message and it'll say, not at this time, but thank you for asking. And I'm like, I hadn't sent any messages out. Oh yeah, Project Broadcast sent it out for me. I've got everything so automated in there, but personalized. So, but you've got to follow up. One more thing is, I also do a card. I do mail outs for Happy Mail for those who order online. If they're going to spend $10 shipping, I'm going to do something for them. Or you can put this, it's just one of those cards from Vistaprint. And on the back, I have it in there where it says $5 off your next purchase. Just slip that in an order or something. But my friend Karen Hesser, who's their superstar director, who my PRV has never been up there in the $6,000 to $10,000 range a month. That's not it. 2,500. As long as I get over 2,000, I'm thrilled. So, but Karen Hesser was doing 6,000 to 10,000 a month, and she's my friend, and I said, "How do you get so much PRV?" And she goes, "I do a lot of mail outs. Every month, I mail a lot of things out." Now, I got off the phone with her and I talked to Van and I said, "Man, from what she said, I bet she spends $200 a month on postage." And he goes, "Well, it sounds like it's working." And so something I saw as negative of what she spends, it was coming back. And so I do a lot of mail outs now too, not to her extent, but every new catalog, like I said, Happy Mail to all my people every month that order online. Also, I just sent out to my top 100 customers the holiday brochure and things like that. You've got to keep them in the loop. And I sent them out Friday, and I have probably gotten 200 in orders today from just those brochures that I sent out. And so emails, follow up, all that stuff. Now, there's one thing I learned from Jacqueline a long time ago. You remember when, can't do this anymore, but you remember when we could go through our order contacts, and if they weren't signed up for the newsletter, we could click and add them to our newsletter. And I did that every month. And so if people hadn't clicked it, I was adding them. And so my list was long. And then I'm so glad I kept those in MailChimp, because if I hadn't, Cincy wipes out too fast for me, I think. You know, if they haven't ordered in 6 months, they're getting rid of those contacts. And I'm like, no, they might be like Donetta's customer and be 5 years, you know, before they start ordering again. So anyway, but I'm glad that I kept all those people's emails, even though Cincy didn't. So anyway, that's all I've got. I'm everybody was great. And I don't know if you learned anything new from me, except that we all
Belinda,
struggle.
no, they did. You all gave great perspectives, and I'm glad. I am so thankful that you brought up the Cincy Connect. There's what it looks like. I don't know why it's blurry, but it's purple, has a warmer. It's just called Cincy Connect. I don't know if it's trying to focus or what. But it's super easy. So earlier when I clicked on it, because I had a couple new orders yesterday, I literally clicked on it and it had me log into the workstation and it merges everything over. And it literally, I mean, it is, you guys, it is the easiest thing to do. And the other cool thing is after I did, there's an order follow-up tab. I don't know why it's all blurry, but on the underneath the get started, it says order follow-up and then product marketing and promotion. So I can literally click on product marketing and promotions and it says, okay, promote the holiday collection. I'm going to click promote and it has all my customers down there. You can't see it. Oh, you know why? It's because my background is blurred. Let me unblur this real quick. My background. Okay. So that should be easier. So let me show you. So underneath the tab, it says new product marketing. I know that's backwards. And it has holiday collection. I literally click promote and it has all my customers. I can just click, 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 click and promote it to. So not only is there customer follow-up, but there's also promoting the new product. It's such an easy way to promote the product. It's free. I encourage you, if you don't have this, download it tonight. It's kind of late tonight, but tomorrow, when you're on the toilet like Delinda or Donetta or whomever, it's a great time to pull it out. Yes, boom, 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 boom. I literally today because I get on it every day, I've got a reminder in my phone underneath my calendar. It's a repeated alarm every day that goes off at 10. It's a repeated alarm because you guys aren't going to become successful until things become habitual. And so something like the Cincy Connect, when it became new, I didn't want to just do it when I was thinking about it. I wanted to make sure it's something I became a habit of because before this, I wasn't really great at follow up. I'll be honest. I'm great at like if Delinda orders, I'll thank you so much. Let me know if you have any issues, sending her something in the mail. I'm great about that. I'm horrible at following up after she gets her order. I just am. That's a weakness to me. So this fills that void of my weakness, and it's a kind of a no excuses app. If you have this app, you will become the master follow-upper. You'll become the master connector. I mean, it is literally when I click on promote products to my first customer that's new, Jennifer, I can send text, email. It says, have you started decorating yet? The holiday collection has decor and fragrance I think you will love. You guys, it's all on there for me. I can change it, edit it, or just hit send. I mean, it's so easy. So I encourage you to get that. Belinda, you were amazing. Donetta, Denise, Bree. Seriously, I know this call went a little over, but we had 4 incredible speakers, and I'm so thankful for each of you because I was reminded too. I think one of the biggest things that I was reminded of too is referrals is huge. That's something that hasn't necessarily been on my radar the last couple weeks. So I think I'm going to work on that tomorrow. I was hitting my contacts and hitting some specials as far as referral goes. But you guys all shared so much amazingness. I'm going to upload this recording and I'm going to share Bree's Wax Cash and things like that she's sending me. But thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you guys got a lot out of this. I'll post the YouTube recorded link on our Mindset Monday page. So that way you can share with your teams if you want or rewatch. But thank you, thank you, thank you for spending your time with us tonight. I love you guys. You guys are why I love to do Cincy. So thanks for getting on. Thanks to our 4 amazing speakers. Thanks for Aaron, Blue Hardy, and Amy Mark Charles. They're both on. They both help run Mindset Monday. So we will see you guys next Monday. We're going to talk all about turkey trots. So if you're wanting to get a lot of orders when people are getting together over Thanksgiving, please get on next Monday. It's going to be a great training session. So we will chat with you guys next Monday. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.